Welcome. Before we begin, we ask that you please turn off your cell phones and electronic devices. Please remain seated while the class of 2024 enters the auditorium. Good afternoon. My name is Jeffrey Putman, and I am the Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our 25th annual White Coat Ceremony. Just slightly rescheduled from the fall of 2020. Our ceremony today is proudly sponsored by the College of Medicine, and we want to especially thank the Alumni Association of the College of Medicine for their generous donation in support of this important event by purchasing the first white coats for the class of 2024, which were given to them when they entered the College of Medicine in August of 2020. We would also like to thank the Arnold P. Foundation for providing the Humanism in Medicine pin for each of the members of the class. The White Coat Ceremony is a relatively recent tradition. Dr. Arnold P. Gold, a neurologist on the faculty of Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons, started the White Coat Ceremony in 1994. Dr. Gold thought that an appropriate oath, which represents the humanism of medicine, should be taken on the first day of medical school, as well as the last. The White Coat Ceremony serves to welcome students to healthcare practice, to elevate the value of humanism as a core of healthcare. It provides a powerful emphasis on compassion in combination with scientific excellence. Dr. Gold was concerned that physicians were becoming more enamored with the technological aspects of medicine rather than listening to and caring for patients. The most important element of the ceremony is the oath that students take in front of family members, school leadership, their peers, to acknowledge their central obligation of caring for the patient. In 1995, the Gold Foundation expanded their sponsorship of the White Coat Ceremony to 7 medical schools, including SUNY Downstate's College of Medicine, and we have held this ceremony ever since. The Gold Foundation reports that the White Coat Ceremony takes place at over 99% of schools of medicine in the United States and Canada, as well as at osteopathic schools of medicine and at schools in over 19 other countries. We are also proud at Downstate that we helped begin a new tradition by expanding our White Coat Ceremony to our College of Nursing, as well as our physician assistant and physical therapy programs. We are grateful and honored to be one of the earliest institutions to partner with the Gold Foundation on White Coat ceremonies. As an example of our dedication to the mission of keeping healthcare human, our own president, Dr. Wayne J. Riley, is also a trustee of the Gold Foundation. This White Coat ceremony for our class of 2024 is extra special for 2 additional reasons. First, this ceremony had it been held as usual in the fall of 2020, would have been, still is, our 25th annual ceremony, a commitment to the importance of humanism in the training of students in the art and science of medicine at Downstate. Second, this class began their medical career in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Under the leadership of President Riley and our Dean of the College of Medicine, Dr. Charles Brunicardi, SUNY Downstate made a commitment to providing medical education during the pandemic in an in-person methodology. Unfortunately, though, while members of the class of 2024 were given an oath during a virtual orientation, it was impossible to hold the white coat ceremony in person at that time. Thus, it is my distinct honor to formally welcome you to the 25th annual white coat ceremony celebrating the class of 2024. The class of 2024 is holding this ceremony as they requested, as they transition from the foundations of medicine into the core of our clinical program, their clinical clerkships. And in a Downstate tradition, together at the end of this ceremony, we will renew our oath to each other as teachers and learners and to the humanism of medicine. And now I would like to introduce our first speaker, Dr. F. Charles Brunicardi, Senior Vice President and Dean of the College of Medicine. Dr. Brunicardi.
Thank you, Dean Putman. Good afternoon and welcome members of the class of 2024, your families, significant others, friends, as well as the Downstate administration, faculty, and staff to our 25th annual White Coat Ceremony. In 2020, you entered the College of Medicine at a time of great change during a worldwide medical pandemic, the worst medical disaster of our lifetime. And the future of healthcare in our nation is still the subject of much debate. As you move forward towards your clinical program, you can continue to look forward to an era of extraordinary and exciting medical discoveries and technological advances. There have been more scientific and technological advances in the past 50 years than in the entire history of humanity. These advances will greatly enhance your ability to alleviate human suffering, but at the same time, you can expect to encounter a host of new and medical and ethical dilemmas, as we've seen with the pandemic. Now, our faculty and I have and will continue to do our very best to prepare you to meet those challenges. Downstate has a long tradition of training physicians who are skilled not just in treating the diseases of the human body, but also the humanity of the person. For this reason, we celebrated the start of your medical education and career in 2020 by giving each of you a white coat, one of the symbols of a physician's compassionate care. And today, we will renew that oath by representing you that coat formally in front of your family and loved ones. I'm sure they're all very proud of you and what you're accomplishing. It's a profound truism that the best patient care is caring about the patient. So this year, we're deeply honored and excited that our white coat speaker is Dr. Diane Reedy, a member of the SUNY Downstate College of Medicine class in 2001. Dr. Reedy is an associate deputy physician of the Regional Care Network at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City and president of their medical staff. She's also physician liaison for the Patient and Family Advisory Council on Quality of Care. And during the COVID crisis in New York, she served as chief of clinical care in the COVID setting at Memorial Sloan Kettering and as part of the Hospital Incident Command System. She is also the creator and host of a podcast, Cancer Straight Talk, at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and on top of that serves as an associate professor of clinical medicine for Weill Cornell Medical College. What a gifted leader. Dr. Reedy earned her Bachelor of Science from Cornell University, her Master's of Science from Tufts University, and her Doctor of Medicine from SUNY Downstate's College of Medicine in 2001. We're so proud of her. She completed her internship and residency in internal medicine, including serving as chief resident at Mount Sinai Hospital. Dr. Reedy then completed her medical oncology fellowship in hematology and oncology, and including serving as chief fellow at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. She is board certified in both internal medicine and medical oncology. Wow. As a noted clinical investigator, Dr. Reedy served previously as Associate Deputy Physician-in-Chief for Clinical Operations, the Clinical Director for the GI Oncology Service, and Co-Director for the Medical Oncology Hematology Fellowship at Memorial Sloan Kettering. Furthermore, as a researcher, she develops and focuses on methods to integrate molecular-based therapies into the treatment of neuroendocrine tumors and endocrine tumors. She's a member of the National Cancer Institute Task Force and a member of the National Cancer Care Network Guidelines. Dr. Reedy is the recipient of several honors and awards, including the Paul Sherlock Resident House Staff Teaching Award, one of the greatest honors to be given a teaching award. She's ranked on Castle Connolly's Top Doctors and the American Cancer Society Mother of the Year Award. So on top of everything, she's the mother of 2 delightful children. So in addition to all of that, Dr. Reedy maintains a high-volume GI oncology clinic. Dr. Reedy, we congratulate you on your outstanding achievements both at work and at home, and believe that your stellar career and words of advice will inspire our audience, and especially the class of 2024. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Diane Reedy as our white coat speaker.
Dean Brunicardi, thank you for those very generous words. Dean Brunicardi, Dean Cristoforo, Dr. Lazar, Dr. Putnam, distinguished faculty, guests, and most importantly, class of 2024. Thank you for granting me this enormous opportunity and such a tremendous honor on this very important occasion. The white coat ceremony. I just met you, and I'm already proud of you as part of the Downstate family. You know who else I'm really proud and fond of? The guardians in this room that helped make it happen. So let's give it up to the folks that are here. Thank you. What kind of doc will you be? Our health. It is bar none the most important aspect in life. It is the very essence of our existence, and you will be the guardian for so many who are sick and need you. That is an honor to carry, but it's an enormous responsibility. So here's a hint. Lean in. Your intelligence and diligence must be coupled with compassion and kindness and empathy. All the knowledge in the world will not replace a warm hug, a shared cry for both good and bad news, a phone call to a patient, or a few extra minutes at the end of the day to go to a hospital room to talk to the patient or caregiver. Just your presence can and will be healing. Here's another reality, however. Some moments will be harder than others, and I want you to listen to this piece. It doesn't happen often, but it will happen. There will be a so-called difficult patient or family member that will suddenly be lashing out at you. Remember, they are terrified, and sometimes they can react inappropriately because they are in uncharted waters, and you will be caught in that lion's den. But my team and I have a mantra. We didn't cause the illness. We're here to help. And I hope that you all can reflect and think about that in the moment. There might be, again, we don't talk about these challenges in medicine enough, but we must balance being patient and empathetic with advocating for ourselves and our team. I am Downstate made, and I will tell you firsthand that coming to Downstate was by far the most important decision in my career. I learned more across the street in my King County rotations than in any other part of my clinical practice. I could tell you I could put in IVs and ABGs with my eyes closed after my surgical rotations at the county. I took that skill as well as running codes, as well as my ability to think independently to my residency and fellowship. And I can tell you when I see the residents and medical students, I know who is Downstate trained, and I'm so proud of them. We all work together, but we all care for one another, and I expect the same for all of you. My journey, however, presumably like others in the room, was not the shortest distance between 2 points. And so today, I had 3 stories on my journey that I hope to share with you all. To see, for me, it was hoping who I want to be and what I can learn from them. And I hope it does the same for you. The first story is about fate. The year was 1997, 25 years ago, almost to the day, and I sat in your seats. Behind me, up there, was my mom and my adored grandparents. I will tell you that I'm a proud product, again, of the SUNY system, as you heard. I started my journey actually at SUNY Geneseo before transferring to Cornell, and then from Cornell, graduated from the School of Human Ecology, and then went on to Downstate, where I graduated 21 years ago. However, when I graduated from Cornell, and on that day, I had been waitlisted at one medical school, and that's all I had. And on the day of that college graduation, my grandfather, the same grandfather who had been sitting up there beaming 7 years later, gave me 2 letters. The first letter, you see, was actually to that medical school where I was waitlisted. And it was written by my grandpa, directed to the director of admissions. It said what a wonderful granddaughter he had and I should be accepted. Did it work? No, of course it did not work. But the best part was the second letter, written by the director of admissions back to my grandpa, stating that he was, in the 30 years as medical director of admissions, never received a letter from his grandpa, and he was very touched. It didn't work, but again, there was a lot of love. But I had a love for medicine. So as you heard, I needed a plan B. I went up to Boston, worked in a lab, achieved a master's degree while actually serving as a nanny for room and board, and again, applied to medical school. 9 wait lists, no rejections, but no acceptances. And I could tell you at that point, I was devastated. So I actually felt morally defeated and convinced that I needed to do something else. Actually had an opportunity to randomly go with a visa to Madrid, Spain. Yeah, that's what I actually did. When I got there, however, I realized that I thought I spoke Spanish, but I actually didn't. I couldn't find a job. So ironically, I actually found a job working as a substitute teacher, and the science teacher actually fell ill and left. It gave me the opportunity to be a medical school director. So there I was, 1 year in Spain with Spanish roommates, learning a language and doing a skill I could do, which was teaching science, and something that I loved. And voila, I applied again, and I was accepted to every school I had applied to. I would like to think that the rejections weren't all that bad. Much of what I stumbled into had little practical application on the surface, but had I never found the job as a middle school science teacher, perhaps I would never have had the skills to be chief resident or chief fellow. And believe me, there are a lot of parallels between caring for residents and middle school kids. Perhaps I wouldn't have co-directed the fellowship program in my institution for many years. If I had never learned Spanish, perhaps I would not have married my Mexican husband, and raised bilingual children. And also have the comfort of caring for so many of our New Yorkers who are only Spanish speaking. So trust that gut, destiny, life, karma, and a little bit of hard knocks and hard work connects. It connects us all. So follow your heart, even when it leads you down that well-worn path. And beware of family members who are trying to do the right thing. The second story is about science and the power of what right science can do to translate into saving lives. Just look at what the science has done for our society during the COVID crisis. in no other part in the most important public health measures in the last century was the development of our vaccines. I'm a clinical researcher and I run clinical trials. And so the story I want to share today is about a young man named Drew. Drew was a 21-year-old college senior who was just shy of a couple of months of his graduation when he developed an adrenal cortical carcinoma, an extremely rare cancer of the adrenal gland. I got to meet Drew because I was giving him chemotherapy after his surgery in attempts to get him to cure. However, on our second or third visit, looking at his CT scans in my office, I realized that the disease was everywhere. The cancer had returned. I sat in my office numb, thinking that I must get up and walk into that room. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And as I entered the room, my eyes that were red and my facial expression told the story that everyone in the room understood. We lost Drew on Valentine's Day, just 4 months shy of his graduation. Determined to use that moment, his family and friends developed the Drew O'Donoghue Fund to raise money and fund research for adrenal cancer. And I was determined to use my science weapon to not have another story end like Drew. Based on funds in part from that foundation, we uncovered with our lab colleagues that an immunotherapy drug might in fact be helpful for this very rare cancer. 2 years later, we enrolled our first patient into an immunotherapy trial for adrenal cancer at MSK. And in 25% of the patients, it worked. Patient 2, named Grace, was also a 21-year-old college student with stage 4 adrenal cancer to the lung and lymph nodes. Except when Grace went on that trial, she had a complete response. 3.5 years later, she has no evidence of disease. That is the power of science. And that drug is now on our National Cancer Care Network guidelines as a drug. Thank you. The third and final story is about death. As my team would like to call it, going to the room next door. You will see death, some of you more than others, depending on your specialty. But news alert, eventually we will all experience it. Again, please lean in and be there for your patients as they move to the other side. About 9 months ago, I lost one of my dearest and beloved patients, Teresa Miller. She was a graduate of Duke University and Harvard Law School. She was also the Chief Diversity Officer for all of SUNY and Vice Chancellor for Strategic Affairs at SUNY. She was a SUNY leader for more than 2 decades. We loved to talk about SUNY, and we talked a lot. When I got this invitation, I couldn't help but think that there was an angel that had something to do with it. A few months before Terry's passing, she spoke at the 2021 SUNY commemoration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. She put King's context in her own life as a child growing up in the South as a Black officer's kid. She said she lived under the microscope, and it was challenging, but was committed to use all of her time as an opportunity to help others. And boy, did she do that, wisely, with inspiration, vision, and clarity. Terry concluded by quoting Dr. King, who said, "But the end is reconciliation. It is with love which will bring about miracles in the hearts of men." I miss her dearly, and so today I dedicate this speech to her and all that she represented. So class of 2024, as you're about to go on the wards, I'm so excited for you, and I'm ending with my top 10 that I hope you will take with you now and in the future in your medical career. Number 1, be respectful of everyone in the wards and in clinic. The unit clerks, the environmental engineers, the docs, the APPs, the RNs, the RDs, the PTs, we're all in the same team. Number 2, there should be a special respect for the nurses because they are your most important mentors and can really teach you a lot. Ask questions. Number 3, be kind and humble and don't forget to say thank you. Number 4, as a resident, always feed your medical student and your intern and never skip lunch or dinner. It's important. Number 5, as an attending, show up. When you're on service, you give your cell phone to any house staff officer and be available if they need anything. There is no silly question, period. Number 6, medicine brings connection and appreciation. Connect and appreciate. Number 7, rely on your colleagues and all of us. We elevate each other because we know pain and suffering. Number 8, remember every moment is a gift because it's an opportunity. Use it. Number 9, try to attend funerals, weddings, or special events when invited of patients that have made a lasting impression on you. I promise you won't regret it. And number 10, you are Downstate made, Downstate strong, and part of this Downstate family. Never forget that. And if you ever want to be a cancer doc, you have a friend at MSK. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Reedy. And as someone who knows Terry Miller very well, I know she would be proud of all that you've accomplished and appreciate the recognition here at Downstate. And now, I'm delighted to formally present to you the class of 2024. That's right. Will the following faculty members please come forward and take your places? Sophie Christoforou, Associate Dean for Student and Curricular Affairs, will read the names of the members of the class of 2024. Dr. Ricardo Bianchi, Associate Dean for Foundations of Medicine, and Dr. Temitope Jose, Director of the Pediatrics Clerkship, will help guide you to the stage to get your white coat. Dr. Robin Ovich, Associate Dean of Clinical Competencies, will be presenting you each with a gift, a Maxwell Quick Reference Guide, that's right, to help you during your clinical clerkship. So make sure not to lose this, put it in your pocket. And Dr. Antonia Quinn and Dr. Brian McNeil, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs, and Dr. Antonia Quinn, Associate Director of Clinical Skills, will assist the members of the class with their white coats. Dean Christoforou.
We ask that you keep your mask on when you get coated, and when you go out to take your photo, you can take your mask off and take a formal picture. Navira Arif. Mosam Afzal. Edward Bay. Emily Bouquet. Jason Bamberger. Michael Barry. Alyssa Belzy. Sonali Bhatt. Frederick Birnbaum. Daniel Bockelman. Joseph Barada. Hu Chung Kai. Christopher Chan. Christine Chen. Ting Ju Chiang. Jeffrey Cloud. Matthew Chung. Isabel Kandi. Zachary Cooper. Dennis Cummins. Isabella Dana. Adam Daniels. Benjamin De Leon. Liam Deegan. Jacqueline De Salvatore. Eugene Dolphin. Andrew Doherty. Meyer Elask Andrani. Razan El Talabi. Christina Falcone. Nurez Falak. Promi Farouk. Paul Flynn. Rithika Francis. Madeline Ann Gow. Ashley Garcia. Samuel Green. Elver Ho. Un Kwang Hwang. Adam Edrizi. Shreya Jain. Jayanth Garish. Itisha Jefferson. Alex Jung. Pratima Jaran Khan. Dilruba Khatun. Lakshay Khosla. David Keem. Lindsay Kim. Joshua Cotlier. Alexandria Kraus. April Lee. Judy Solji Lee. Okay. Vladina Lee. Nancy Lee. Aisha Malik. Raj Matthew. Serena Matthew. Kevin Motari. Nader Mohammed. Alejandra Mocayo. Bryant Munzi Safadi. Zaid Nakadar. Zainab Nathani. Noe. Isaac Nyarko. Nurulane Paracha. Simran Patel. Sneha Patel. Giuliani Perez. Jorge Pinque. Hussein Punwala. Sumit Prasad. Zain Qureshi. Paolo Reese. Justine Ronsales. Rahul Roshan. Felix Rosenberg. Joshua Salama. Benjamin Sanitz. Aiten Sergios. Brett Sherman. Vlad Shkanevsky. Giovanni Sanchez. Kayla Shacker. Arman Shah. Relika Sumner. Vivian Toe. Olivia Tracy. Naeem Uden. Nicholas Valentino. Marcos Vargas. Priscilla Varghese. Jeremy Wadowski. Hung Fei Bao. Jennifer Wong. Trevin Wesley. Elaine Wingy. Jordan Joe. Jada Manjai. Andonis Sparakis.
Congratulations once again to the class of 2024. Before we move on to administering the oath, your class medical council has created a slideshow of images of your class over the last 2 years, which we would like to present now.
Chasing the clouds. selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders. So I do the deed, get up and leave, a climber and a sadist, yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest in the garden of evil. I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies. Then they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers, while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest in the garden of evil. I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it.
only the second time in the history of SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University, we are honored to present the oath for teachers and learners at SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University, which is located on the back of your program. It'll also be up on the screen. It is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Jason Lazar, Vice Dean for Education, to administer the oath.
Congratulations, class of 2024. As part of your education, your faculty have discussed with you the social contract that those in the medical profession have with their patients and with society. In just 2+ years, before you know it, when you graduate from SUNY Downstate, you will be granted your MD degree and recite the Hippocratic Oath. The Hippocratic Oath is a time-honored reflection of the professional values and behaviors that physicians commit to as part of that social contract. Today, we ask our students to join with our faculty in reciting an oath meant to be explicit in terms of a commitment to the ideals that we promise to uphold as part of that social contract, as well as to each other as members of our community. While professionalism requires more than just a vow of good intentions, these vows define what the responsibilities and obligations are as future members of the medical profession and as SUNY Downstate medical students. Will the members of our faculty who are present today please stand and be recognized? Will the members of the class of 2024 please stand and once again be congratulated? I ask that you read the oath printed on the back of your program, following the prompts on the page, so that when it says students, the students will read along with me. And when it says faculty, I ask my dear colleagues to read along with me. Everyone together, we pledge to serve our patients, their families, our community, and each other with respect, integrity, competence, compassion, humility, and humanity. We hold as our ideal the care and treatment of all of our patients. From them, we will learn. We hold as our ideal the advancement of knowledge. Through it, disease will be understood, prevented, and cured. We hold as our ideal open-minded collaboration. To this, we are collectively committed. We hold as our ideal critical self-evaluation. Through this, we will grow. Faculty. We, your faculty, promise to serve as worthy role models as our own teachers have before us. And students, we, your students, recognize the expertise and commitment of those from whom we learn. Faculty, we promise to support your personal and professional growth in the clinic, in the laboratory, in the community, and in your own teaching. Students, faculty, we promise to maintain an environment where scientific integrity and ethical standards sustain your trust in us. Students, we commit ourselves to the highest standards of academic honesty, scientific integrity, and ethical practice as both students and in our professional lives. And everyone together, we honor and embrace the SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University College of Medicine history of and commitment to service to the people of Brooklyn, the city of New York, our nation, and the global community. We support its rich tradition of teaching and research excellence. We accept the challenges of those alumni whom we follow. We humbly commit to serve humanity, caring for the sick, promoting good health, and alleviating pain and suffering. We will not permit considerations of race, religion, political affiliation, sexual identity, disability, nationality, or social standing to influence our duty of care. We solemnly pledge our commitment to this oath and our assistance to the others who pledge the same. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, the class of 2024. A round of applause. This concludes our 25th annual White Coat Ceremony celebrating the class of 2024. Will the members of the audience please remain in their seats while the class of 2024 exits first, followed by the audience. Thank you for attending.